All right, we're just gonna go over some of my fragrances that I wore this week. This week was sort of one of those kind of like old school vibe slash easy to wear, dumb reach type of weeks. So let's get to it. All right, y'all, this is Marvin Preaching Sense back at you all with another video. Just wanted to go over all of my fragrances that I wore this past week. And as I said, it was kind of an old school vibe. It wasn't on purpose, just kind of end up being that way, slash easy to wear for the most part, right? You'll see what I mean. Let's start off with Monday. And, you know, this week the weather was a lot warmer than it had been. So I started off with by Navitus. This is Eau Debonaire right here. And usually I pull this one out a little bit more in the spring, but the weather kind of got into about 70 degrees, close to that range. So since it was so warm, and I'm looking now for those transitional type of fragrances. And this is one of those ones that is either I'll get transitional fragrances or fragrances that I can wear anytime, any place. I usually do that around this time of year, right? As you're going from the winter into the spring. So this right here, it's a good signature scent type of fragrance. You're gonna find that this one right here opens up very fresh. You're gonna get the bergamot and a nice citron accord. Beautiful. The citron is that orange and lemon lime. You're going to get some lavender in here, some green from maybe the oak moss and what have you. Good fragrance, easy to wear, signature scent worthy, and definitely sets you apart from the rest. All right, so that's Eau Debonaire. Usually, you know, it's probably around 140 in range, $140. Next one, this is on Tuesday. And that one was so strong and so long lasting that I was able to wear it the whole day. Same thing for this one right here. Royal Night on Tuesday. Get it to focus here. And you can see this one right here. It is a clone or inspired by the Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade. So that's what this is. This is a dark, smoky rose fragrance. That's what this is. Got a compliment from my wife, and as I always tell y'all, I don't get compliments from her on a normal basis. Not that she doesn't like the fragrances. She doesn't. I wear it all the time, so she doesn't say anything. But this one right here, she wanted to know what I was wearing. This right here is, I don't know, probably $30, $35, so very affordable. Probably the only one that's not, I wouldn't call this an easy to wear dumb reach, and it's definitely not an old school vibe. That's probably the only one on my list that's not like that this week. But man, this right here, if you want to get into those rose fragrances, this one here is a good one. A dark rose, so get your nose on that. So then on Wednesday, once again, the weather, kind of high 60s or so. And I went with Club de Nuit. This is Urban Man Elixir right here. Another quite affordable. There we go. Quite affordable fragrance here. Usually in that $30-$40. Man, you talk about anytime, any place. Dumb reach. Opens up with that beautiful bergamot and orange blossom combo. Going to get some spices. You're going to get the lavender and then it dries down to that nice warm amber. Beautiful fragrance. You know, I can't recommend it more if you're just looking for something. These are one of those type of fragrances. If you just want one fragrance to get you through the year, you can almost do this one right here. So that was on Wednesday. And I didn't really, as I said, I told you I'll start getting into what I did each of those days, but I was kind of around the house most of the time on these days, so don't have really nothing exciting to talk about. On Thursday, I was doing wanted something, kind of maybe like in a old school fougere type of world. And I went with Boucheron pour Homme. This is the EDT. And as you can see here, this right here is a very good old school type of fragrance. Been around a long time and still smells good. Lemon, bergamot, orange, lavender. So you're gonna get, it has a whole lot of notes, but nice some floral accords in there, some benzoin and some vetiver. You're gonna get some, so you know how these old school fragrances have, they put everything in there. Very affordable, $30, man, easy to wear. I wore that during the daytime, and I think I went out in the afternoon, just ran a couple errands, you know, just random stuff, post office, that kind of stuff. And then when I got into the later on in the day, I went with another old school one. And sometime I'll do that. I'll mix and match. And I went with Trussardi Riflesso. And this right here, another old school vibe. And they didn't clash. They're not necessarily, they have some of the same notes, but this right here has a green apple, grapefruit and bergamot, so it still has the same freshness, but this one has a nice violet accord, which is an herb, kind of a cucumber herb type of vibe. It has the vetiver in there as well, and maybe some hints of, you know, lavender and florals. You know, they have so many notes in these old school fragrances, but it was a nice wear for the rest of the day. The Boucheron did not last maybe 4 or 5 hours, so by then I was done and I needed to reapply, but I decided to just go with a whole new fragrance. And this right here gives you another 4 or 5 hours, so very affordable. 30-40 bucks, if probably less than that. And but as I say, you need to reapply these type of fragrances. Matter of fact, this one might even be like 25 bucks, so very affordable. But you do need to reapply. So that was that. On Friday, you know, had a strong workout. You know, on Fridays I do my strongest workout, and afterwards I'm always looking for something nice and fresh, and I went with Terre de Hermes. This is the Parfum, and this right here, the weather was still it was starting to cool down a little bit again. It was kind of getting, but it was still in the 60s, so mid 60s. This one worked wonders. The citrus, you know, woody. It's a citrus woody type of fragrance, but it has a flint accord, which is kind of this wet, metallic, earthy type of vibe. You get the woods, but man, this thing, you know, this thing is goes to show you about when you let fragrances kind of maturate and just sit for a while. It smells different than when I first bought it. And the benzoin really comes through. The dry down is really just this warm, rich benzoin. Was just a nice mix with the woods, nice vibe. Really took you on a nice journey from this fresh citrus to these green, earthy notes on into this benzoin. What a journey it took me on, carried me through the day. Good fragrance. All right, now then on Saturday, went with one I don't wear too much, but this is Patchouli Sauvage. People don't talk about this one right here. If you like patchouli and want to get into it, this is patchouli. That's what this is all about. It's you're gonna get kind of a sweet earthiness to it. This is usually in that 120 in terms of the price. But man, it carries. It's going to project not further than arm's length, but it definitely has some good longevity to it. Got me through my day. It has those dried fruits, kind of a little bit of a sticky sweetness to it, mixed with the woods. So it was a nice fragrance. Not for everybody. I would definitely get a sample of that one before you wear it. But definitely kind of old school, sophisticated type of vibe. That's what you're going to get from that. Then last but not least was on Sunday. You all know me, went to church on Sunday. And this right here is, of course, Pasha de Cartier. This is the Parfum. Man, yeah, you're gonna get, of course, the weather, of course, cooled down. Got back down into the 50s, and I just, when you go into church, I was on program in the afternoon at another afternoon service, and I just wanted something traditional, kind of a little bit of a traditional, sophisticated vibe. You're gonna get the benzoin, the resins, just kind of put you in that kind of what you would imagine they would have worn in biblical times, right? If you had to guess, right, because of those, just those nice resins in there. Some tonka, some patchoulis in here as well, and yeah, it's just a really quality fragrance, man. Dress it up, of course. I dressed it up. That's what this is about. Man, I love this stuff. This is some good stuff here. I don't know what it's going for now, but I think I think when I got it, it was in that one. I think you can get it in the $100 range. Sometimes it goes under, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll leave a leak. I haven't looked at the price in a while. So that was it. That was my week. As we here entering into that, brought me to the beginning of March here. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is Marvin Preaching Sense. If you enjoy, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.